Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 22 and we're going to be using Max Biaggi from the 2004 season right here in the German GP of the Sachsenring. So as you guys may or may not know, I've found the AI difficulty in MotoGP 22 not to be strong enough. So I'm going for power setting 1 for this particular video, and it'll probably be like this for the majority of videos I do from now on, because the AI is just still too weak even after the update. Now of course, Max Biaggi here in Sachsenring 2004 was his last ever MotoGP Grand Prix victory, so I'm going to try and replicate that here today, starting from the back of the grid and hopefully moving on through all of the riders to take the Grand Prix victory. But into turn 7 now for the very first time of asking, ahead of Shinya Nakano and Sete Gibernau already. We have John Hopkins, Troy Bayliss just a further bit ahead of us, and I can't quite see who's in 10th position right now. Possibly Shaky Byrne, I think, as the British riders up there somewhere at least. But yeah, you may notice some weird blurring, sort of glitching effect with the riders in this one, and let me tell you, it's not my PC and it's not my settings. Unfortunately, since the latest update from MotoGP 22, there is this really ugly blurring effect. You'll see it on the left hand side of the motorcycle as we go into the Queckenberg now. It's just ghastly. It's really ugly, and there's a blurring effect for the riders further in the distance as well. I cannot fix it. I've tried fixing it with all the settings I've got and all my might, and unfortunately it's not good enough. But it's going up on the inside now of not just Troy Bayliss, but Jiro Kato and then Alex Barros as well. So of course Max Biaggi beating Alex Barros right here in this circuit in 2004 as Barros got really close to the rear of the Honda there for the camel hair Honda. A livery I don't think we'll ever see ever again. Of course, absolutely classic. If you feel like that livery was good, then more power to you. But I think it's quite cool. I quite like the fluorescent yellow. It certainly sticks out a mile. But to the left-hand side, we're going now for turn 7 once again. Toru Okara further up the road, with Shaky Byrne actually moving himself up into the top 7. So a good result for him so far on board the Aprilia. We're bringing on the power now and keeping it to the left-hand side. As mentioned in a time trial challenge just a couple of days ago with the helmet cam, 10 left-hand corners and 3 right-handers here for the Sachsenring. So a very, very different and unique circuit for the MotoGP calendar. But to the left-hand side for the Saxon curve, down from the waterfall section, and to the left-hand you will see that we are closing in rather rapidly now on the Repsol Honda, and of course then the Aprilia, and then the fantastic Marco Melandri there up in 3rd position. I'm looking forward to seeing that Spider-Man livery, of course an absolute classic from many, many years ago, but very firm on the brakes. Look how firm that is. What, up on the inside of 1, 2, possibly up on the inside of Kenny Roberts Jr. as well. Wow, what a move. Oh, Kenny Roberts does fight back, but 3 riders into 1 corner for Max Biaggi for the first corner here in Sachsenring. That is stupendous as we dive up on the inside of Roberts for the 3rd corner for Omega. Biaggi into the top 6 already at the early stages of this Grand Prix. Just 3 laps into this one out of 8. Of course, very short lap times here. 1:20.222 for Max Biaggi right now on his 2nd lap. So now bringing on the power, keeping everything nice and tight. Got to keep it smooth and in control for a circuit like the Sachsenring. Soft front, medium rear, good combination for me. Did some online races a couple of days ago, and I did find that the soft and medium combination in that order worked really well, and I've carried it over here today with Max Biaggi on board the Honda. So we now go firm on the brakes once again into the left-hand side for the Saxon curve for turn 12. Really, really close to the Yamaha now. Of course, the same livery, but of course different years, as Biaggi dives with the inside of Colin Edwards for the Queckenberg corner. So Texas Tornado has been beaten into the final corner on lap 3, but across the line it's a 1:19.895 for Biaggi. So the power setting 1, I don't think it's really hindered us that much, has it? We're up in the inside now on Loris Capirossi, and now on the rear the Spider-Man livery for Marco Melandri. So this one is certainly getting rather entertaining, of course, with Nicky Hayden leading the Grand Prix with Valentino Rossi in 2nd on board the Yamaha from the 2004 season. So it's good to see that some of the bikes are matching up with Biaggi right now, and of course we are going to get a mixture of bikes and a mixture of seasons from this particular game mode. But look at Loris Capirossi just nudging the Italian-wide compatriot. I fear not. He's going up on the inside, go around the outside goes Biaggi, as that is a wonderful move into the left-hand side for turn 7 as we go firm on the brakes for the quite possibly the most innocuous corner. Really difficult corner for turn 8. It just troubles me so, but I managed to stick it around the outside of Capirossi this time, so good things are coming. Things are looking up, ladies and gentlemen. So now down to the waterfall section once again. Really strong on the brakes there. We are just dominating the AI on the brakes for the 12th corner here in Sachsenring. It's just a lot of rear brake, downshifting, and calm and assertive on the brakes at all times. That's how I tend to do things. And of course, if you are looking for some assistance, check out my braking guide tutorial right here on YouTube. So now up on the inside for Marco Melandri. Do we make it stick going into turn 1? We certainly do. Number 3 beating 33, so 3 greater than 33 in this instance for today. As Marco Melandri, of course, didn't go to Superbike just yet, and neither did Max Biaggi. Max Biaggi stuck around for another season and then went over to the World Superbike class as we now go into the left-hand side. Turn 5 on lap 5. Things are heating up. Hayden is still fending off against Valentino. Rossi is still there and he's pushing against the Kentucky kid, but it's who is going to be triumphant at the end of this one. Now let me tell you, I had one goal at the start of this Grand Prix. As I mentioned to you at the beginning, we're going to try and replicate Biaggi's win. Of course, recently a MotoGP legend, and what a way as a send-off to the Roman Emperor himself. But to the right-hand side for turn 11, down the waterfall section. Absolutely love this part of the track. It's just so rewarding as we go really firm on the brake. Left knee touching the floor there with the Dainese boot just kissing the floor as well as he got really low to the ground on the left-hand side. So we'll go into the final left-hander for the 6th lap, or at least to start the 6th lap when they cross the line just in a moment's time. Keeping an eye on the tyre situation, soft front holding in pretty well, and so is the medium, but we do see a move now from Biaggi up on the inside of Valentino Rossi into the first corner. Hayden, Biaggi, Rossi, 2 Hondas and a Yamaha up into the top 3 for the early stages, or actually towards the end of the stages of this Grand Prix. Now this one has absolutely flown by, and of course, if you're enjoying, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing as well, as Rossi sticks up at the inside of his compatriot and one of his most fearsome rivals ever. The rival between Rossi and Biaggi I don't think has ever been replicated in MotoGP. Absolutely ferocious. Really something else as we now try and pick up the power into turn 7, but still not quite getting it right. And into turn 8 though, do feel like I'm beginning to get stronger there. This one now for turn 9 and turn 10, another bogey part for me because it can be really treacherous, sticking it on the left-hand side, and of course trusting the left-hand side of the Bridgestone at the time, or it might have been the Michelins back then. It's difficult, very difficult, so hard on the brakes once again. The penultimate lap is beckoning at least one of these riders in just a moment's time, as Rossi in second. Hayden still sticks it in first place as Biaggi now sticks it up at the inside of Valentino Rossi as the Italian has been demoted and this Italian has been promoted. So across the line, penultimate lap time now, guys and gals. Our fastest lap of a 1:19 earlier on has still yet to be beaten as Biaggi gets it out of shape going into the first corner. He does indeed take over the factory Honda man of Nicky Hayden and takes over the Grand Prix lead. Penultimate lap, so it means one more lap after this one, and that is all she wrote. So we've got to make sure we've got to really stick it in now. Can we deter Hayden? Can we perturb Rossi? Can we keep both of them at bay? I guess we're going to find out in just a moment's time. But to the left-hand side for turn 6, turn 7 is approaching rather rapidly as we go to the left-hand side. Third gear, 100 miles an hour. Not a place you want to touch the rumble strip, or worse, lose the front. So to the left-hand side for turn 8, running it a little bit deep. There's that confidence thing, just losing it ever so slightly into that left-hand side. Being on the left-hand side for a long time, the tyre gets warm, the tyre gets worn out as well. Got to be really careful in the Sachsenring, and Nicky Hayden is lurking. Our lap times have plummeted now, down to a 1:21. So really struggling at this stage of the race, and my goodness, that blurring effect is absolutely awful. Fingers crossed Milestone sort that out, because it's hurting my eyes at this stage of the Grand Prix. But coming out of the Queckenberg now, the next time we come out of the Queckenberg, one of these three will be a victorious man. Who is it going to be? I'm playing as Biaggi, so you better believe I'm going to be certainly trying everything I've got and using it all in our arsenal to try and win here in the Sachsenring, replicating Max Biaggi's greatness from 2004. Power setting 1, don't forget as well, ladies and gentlemen. So we could have easily blasted away from the pack if I just used power setting 2 or 3. But hey, where's the fun in that? I'm trying to make it a little bit more interesting for you guys and for myself, because competition is better than no competition at all. So to the left, one more time. Turn 7, turn 8, 9 and 10, all on the left hand side of the tyres now. Really, really difficult corner, running it a little bit too deep for my comforts, but we're still up there in the top position. 4 tenths down to 2 tenths of a second. Nicky Hayden is certainly not out of this. Do not discount the Kentucky kid for a Grand Prix victory here in the German Grand Prix of the Sachsenring. Firm on the brakes, will go for the left-hand side, chucking the rear brake, almost sliding it into the Saxon curve, but that is the final time we'll be entering into the Saxon curve, the final time into the Queckenberg, and this is going to be victory for the Roman Emperor, for Max Biaggi, as he gets across the line to take victory, final victory of MotoGP, and of course, finishing off our race here today with a cracking victory. So guys, hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below, and of course, if you really enjoyed it, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because I make content just like this every single day. But upon that note, guys, thanks for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.